What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy King of Hearts coming at you, giving you that video back on the journey. Like I told you guys, I'm getting back on these videos, continue and let you follow down or follow my journey here with Swift Transportation. So wanted to bring you a video. I gave you a video, I think it was yesterday, just kind of an update of where I was at. You know, I upgraded my mentor. I did over the road for a little bit, short period of time. And then luckily I got the privilege to be put onto a dedicated account. So I'm running up here in I guess West Coast, Midwest, whatever you want to call it. I'm in Oregon, so I run pretty much Seattle, Oregon, Montana, all over the Midwest with Target. So I had a couple comments come through. First thing was right off the bat, you know, there's this video about OTR and dedicated. It's still the same. There is no difference. You're still over the road as far as when it comes down to the driving. That's the big thing. I still have my regular truck, and I'll show you a video. My bed didn't make up. I didn't sleep in here last night. That's the big perk about this. But I'm still over the road. You know, right now I'm at a truck stop. I'm taking my 30 right over here. Obviously, trucks out here fueling up, other trucks coming in here and going. And I'm taking my 30 minutes break here. I just came from Tacoma, heading back to Albany, Oregon, and then I'll go home for tonight. Positive. Get to go home, sleep my wife, and then I'm back on the road at 8 o'clock tomorrow, heading back up towards Seattle. So difference with that. So but let's break down a little bit of what I know. I've done over the road, and now I've done over the road. I'm doing over the road OT dedicated. So right off the bat, if you're going into this, OTR is with obviously everybody is going to start with, and that's just basic OTR. That's just you're going to be driving state to state, and it's a good thing. You get the experience. The biggest thing about it is that you get to travel. Hopefully you got into this business is because you like to travel, so you get to travel. You make pretty good money. I can't say if it's more or less when it comes down to dedicated or OTR yet. You know, I made pretty decent money when I was OTR, and I'm making pretty decent money now as a dedicated. You know, the miles won't fluctuate as much with dedicated because of the fact that it's a dedicated account. So dedicated, if you didn't know, pretty much means these big companies have so much freight that they need that company that you work for to have trucks specific for that. Like, I pretty much drive out of the Target distribution center. I hardly ever go to the Swift yard. I park my truck at Target. I park my car there. I'm driving there in the morning time. I'm picking up and I'm going back and forth to Target. I still obviously go to Swift if I need to for mechanical reasons or whatever. But I spend a lot of time there. Same thing if you're at Walmart. You probably do the same thing, or Dollar Tree or wherever. But over the road, big pro to me was the experience. You want to get that 6 months to a year experience of just on the road. That's why local was never a big thing for me. I didn't really want to go local. I don't know if it's in my future or whatever, but I don't foresee it. I see that I like the over the road in general. You know, once again, over the road, you're gonna get the opportunity to get more freight, because even though Target is good because your freight is consistent, but it's not like I'm not going to go from like 1 week where I'm like 2,000 miles and then another week where I'm 3,500 miles or whatever. It's going to stay evenly. I'm right around that 2,000, 2,500. When I first started, it was kind of heavy because I was running these long loads. I think they was just testing because with dedicated, it has they got to make sure you're able to do a couple things. But it's about that 2,000 to 2,500. And in the wintertime, a lot of owner ops go dedicated for that reason, that is consistent miles. But I do like the fact of the whole over the road in general, just being out there. But like I told you guys, I'm a family man, so I had to make some decisions that made over the road or dedicated, which one was better for me. So another pro of over the road is the fact that, you know, you get to meet a ton of different people. If you get into this business like I kind of did, because you want to make more of a business out of it, you get to network. Dedicated, you're running very specific. You're seeing kind of the same people. You're going to the similar stores. You're taking a similar routes. You're not venturing off too much. You know, I probably come to this truck stop probably 2 to 3 times a week. There's a couple other I go to, or rest stops, or whatever you want to go. You're not really going out to different places and get to meet different people. So that's the thing I do like about over the road in general, is being out there, is the networking that you're able to do. So the con is obviously that you're gone. With me, when I first got into this business, like I told you in my first videos, was that you got to talk to your family, especially if you're a family man like me. You know, I had to sit down, me and my wife and my kids had to talk about it. And I was out with my mentor for like 6 weeks, and then I still was on the road when I was driving by myself solo, and it was hard. It was extremely hard on my family. And you get little hints from your wife, even from your kids. Your wife will be like, you know, she'll call you multiple times. She start hinting at you, when are you coming back? Do you know? Your kids will starting saying things like, you know, we miss you a lot. And it starts to play on you. And you know, when you're running, for me, I'm okay. It's when you're taking a 34 and you're sitting somewhere is where it gets hard. It's when you're starting to get that whole depression, or you start to think a lot about why you're out here. So it was one of the things when I got back home from doing my mentor and my solo, me and my wife sat down, we had a talk, and one of the guys, my comments put down, how did you get to Dedicated? Because they normally Swift makes you wait 6 months to a year, for a couple reasons with Dedicated. For one, backing is hard. When you go to these stores, there's a lot of blind sides. The other day I had to do a freaking 180 to be able to get into position, the way I had to maneuver the trailer. There's a lot of risk when it comes down to your backing, because it's not like you're at a yard, which you do majority of the time. Not saying all the time, but you do a lot of, when you're over the road basic, you're doing a lot of yards, so you got all this space. Here you're in the middle of a residential area. I mean, like today, the Qualcomm was about to tell me to make a left at this street right before where Target is. Like, I view on every trip I get, obviously do your pre-trip and your pre-planning, but every trip I go into Google Earth and I look at the area. I look at the map, I look at the streets, I look at the view, I look at everything, because I want to know where I'm going, especially if I haven't been there yet. And I do that regardless. But my Qualcomm was like, oh, I'll turn down this street, and it was iffy. I was like, why would I turn down this street if the next street takes me right to where where I need to go? And I was gonna follow it, and before I made a left down, I looked down there real quick, and it was a freaking dead end. And I was like, what the hell? So I had to hurry up and merge back over and then go up to the next light that I was gonna go to in the first place. And like you said, those wrong mistakes in general you can run into, but you're in the middle of these towns where there's cars everywhere, there's people everywhere, there's a lot more hazards, so you have to take your time. So how did I get it though, to answer your question, man? When I upgraded, I was in Phoenix, when they had the driver appreciation, and they had the dedicated people there, for all the dedicated accounts. And I went up to the guy, and I had a comment, and was talking for a while, and I told him where I lived at. And he was like, oh, okay, you live in, you know, right here in Oregon or whatever. He was like, well, yeah, we have a big account over there, Target, and it's getting close to the holiday seasons, and they need drivers. And I was like, well, I just started. He was like, well, I don't know, but, you know, depends on how your mentor rates you and how your driver leader feel you have done doing your mentorship. If it's something we can do. Normally we do have to wait for experienced people, and we give it to more veterans and stuff like that. But when you get back to your home terminal, just talk to the person, tell them, you know, you talk to me, and then we'll go from there. And I was up front with them. You know, I was like, I enjoyed it over the road, but I'm a family man. You know, I'm not going to sit down here and risk my marriage, or my kids being upset or depressed. If I have an option to be able to be home a little bit more. And once again, I'm on the road talking to people. They was like, if you can do dedicated for a while, do it, you know. And that's my plan right now, is to do this, so that I can kind of ease my family into the transition of being like, I am a trucker. I'm a truck driver. I was never a truck driver before. My family's, I don't have a background of truck driver family members. I have one, I think, like one cousin. And so, I mean, I was the basic, I wasn't a 9-to-5 guy, but I did real estate, I did business, I did sales, I did the stuff that kept me home majority of the time, you know, and it was, I mean, I might have went on business trips and stuff like that, but I was never gone for like 5, 6, 7 weeks at a time. So once again, when you get into this and you have a family, when you're single, easy. You don't have to worry about anything, man. You can just go out here and get it done and make that money. But when you're a family man and you're trying to make a career change, and this is a lifestyle, I guess that's the best way to put it, is that change your lifestyle, that you have to think of others, and your wife and your kids are as important. I can't say that everybody's going to be able to go out here and you can come to Swift and you can get a dedicated account. That's not how it works, man. A big part of it is where you live at, if they're even hiring at the time. I mean, they have big Winco accounts, Walmart, Dollar Trees, Rite Aids. They got a lot of dedicated accounts. That's the one thing I did like about Swift. But a lot of it depends on where you live. And then talking to your driver leader, you know, if you're up front with them, let them know from the start that you're looking for a dedicated account. They'll try their best. They are regional also accounts they can put you on. Regional means they run you in specific states, but that's a way to limit your miles, because you're pretty much saying, I only want to run these states, and then that way you're gonna get, if a load comes up and you're not running those states, then it's like you're losing out. So dedicated has been good, man. It is repetitive in a sense, but you're still over the road, you're still driving, and you're still getting the experience. So I think if anything, you're probably getting a little bit more with the whole backing and stuff like that down, because you're having to be very creative. You have to be really good with planning your time and your trips, because on time is their thing. I've heard that if they give you one shot, if you're late one time, then they kick you right back over the road. There is no, oh, I was late, I was this. There was none of that. On time, because this is a dedicated account. They have a dedicated contract with these big companies. So it's critical that you're on time, especially during the holiday season, which is huge. So I'm hoping this video helps you out a little bit. I'll try to answer more questions if I can. It's a journey for you guys and girls out here that's looking at this business. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, there's 3 different things in life you can look at. There's a job that you can do, there's a career that you can get, and then there's business owners that you can create, or business that you can create. And it depends on how you want to look at it. Some people come into this as a job, and it's a job if that's what you want, local, over the road, whatever. It's a career if that's what you're looking for, a major career move. You can learn a trade that, get your CDL, something that nobody can take away from but yourself. Or you can come on the road and you can look at it as a business opportunity. All these mega carriers and carriers out here are great to work for, but at the end of the day, man, it's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get your own couple trucks, or plan to make some money for yourself and your family or your friends, whoever. So just some things to think about. I'm just gonna hit you up. I'm about to get back on the road, guys and girls. Thank you again. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna continue some more videos. It's a basic Freightliner. It's nothing crazy if you haven't seen a side of it. This is the Quad-Con right here. Then you have the dash and everything here. You have the camera that they say is not front facing up there. It's a basic truck. It's nothing too crazy, guys. It's spacious. It takes care of it. We'll see as we upgrade. I want to get something new down the road soon, hopefully. That's the plan. I'll keep you guys and girls updated. Once again, let me hit the road, get back to the house. Y'all have a great day. And remember, love what you do what you love, and never give up. All right, it's your boy King of Hearts. Talk to you later.